Welcome everyone to Pot Sketches Characters, where I teach you how to draw people. So today we're going to be covering a long one. We're going to be covering the hands. So the hands there's a lot going on with them, but I'll try to keep it as simple as possible. We're drawing something like, I'm going to come down through here, draw like, starting with the arm, like so, come down into the hand. This is where our wrist is going to be. We have like a wrist type of thing going on here. And the idea is to draw kind of like a rough square for the middle of where our hand is. This is where our thumb is going to be. We're going to draw our knuckles so we know where each and every finger is going to be. We're going to draw a circle here as well, and draw another circle here. This is roughly how our thumb is going to be. Going to kind of work its way in here and then around the knuckle. And then for an outstretched hand, we're going to draw something like this. This is where first knuckle is going to be. Another oval shape where the next knuckle is going to be, and then the end of our finger. Same thing with this circle, another circle, and the end of our finger, which we do inevitably want this finger to be a little bit longer than this one. This is where it's like the most complicated, is trying to draw the fingers the correct lengths. Got this going on here, then our pinky finger. Finish this off here where our thumb is going to be, like so. So I'm going to flip this over so I can show just strictly the hand in a closer position. We're going to draw our hand like so. This is where our thumb's going to be. We're going to kind of just draw an oval shape there. This is where our first knuckle is going to be, coming into here. Then coming out here. This is where our thumb is going to be. Coming down, 1 knuckle, 2 knuckle, 3 knuckle, 4 knuckle. Come down like so. Little circle for the knuckle there. Come out here, little circle here. And then the end of our finger. Like this. We're going to want this to be a little bit longer. This is our middle finger, so it's going to be slightly longer. Essentially how it goes is like so. That'll help. Draw this down like this. This is going to come in a little bit more. And then this is going to be our pinky finger, so we want it to be our smallest one, like so. So if I slide this over some, when we finish off our hand, draw our thumb here, like so, or 4 knuckles, like so. Draw this, and then we start to actually fill this in with how the hand is actually going to look. Our knuckles, like so. Bring this in and out through here. And then we're going to fill in the rest. Okay, so that's open hand. if we want to flip the hand over, it's going to be roughly the same thing, but it's going to be an open palm this time. So this is going to be the palm of our hand right here. And same thing, draw our circles so we know where our knuckles are going to be. Bring this down through here like so. This is where our thumb is going to be. Bring our fingers down through here like so, roughly where it's going to be. Then we draw our circles in here. This is where the knuckles are going to be once again. But generally the same idea. And then for closed fist, it's pretty much the easiest one, but it's also the hardest one. So let me go ahead and switch over to this one. For closed fist, it's actually pretty easy. Just come down like this. Your hand is going to be actually closed off for the most part. Like this is where our wrist is, coming out through here, and our thumb, only part of our thumb is going to be showing. We have part of our knuckles here like so. That's pretty easy, but then the hard one is showing the fist. So coming down through here, we're actually going to have our thumb coming in like so. This thumb is going to be showing our whole entire thumb, and then coming down with our fingers, it's actually going to be coming in something like that. And then we know that this is where not our knuckles, not our top knuckles, but the next set of knuckles. So like not these ones, but these ones are actually the ones that you're seeing here, because the hand is closed facing the other way. So we know a knuckle's here, knuckle's going to be here, and then our hand's going to kind of come in a little bit like so. And this is where our fingers roughly are going to be, like so. You might have to take this out a little bit more, but here's where all 4 of your fingers are going to be. And then on the other side, a continuation from previous videos, I wanted to show you guys on a smaller scale. So this is going to be a fist facing the top part of your hand. This is going to be a fist facing the bottom part of your hand. We come in like this, bring and make our knuckles, just a couple lines showing the bone structure here. Bring this in like so. That's the easier version, harder version being coming down through like this. I always have the most issues with the thumb. That's where I run into the most trouble, because the placement of the thumb has to be in proportion with where all the fingers are. And I always have issues with making sure 1, 2, 3, 4 knuckles are going to be right there, coming up through, knuckle there, like so, right here and here. And then we know where our fingers are going to be now. We're going to do this like so, come down through, and then we're going to bring our thumb in this time, because the first time we drew kind of like the thumb on the outside only, so that's pretty easy. But on this side, we're gonna have to draw the thumb last, kind of work it in and make sure that we put the thumb in the right general area of where it needs to be. And then we finish off our fingers. Our fingers are gonna come up to about where our wrist is, but not quite. And that looks absolutely terrible, but let me try show this a little bit better. It's looking terrible. I'd have to clean it up with a kneaded eraser and stuff, but generally what you're trying to do is you have your thumb coming in like so. You're not going to be able to see much of your thumb. You're going to have a finger here, and then coming down like so. A little bit of this action coming out here. And this is where hand meets your wrist. Have a little bit going on right here. You can see there's the 4 fingers. That's what that's actually supposed to look like. It looks like a train wreck right now, but it'll look better once you run over it with a kneaded eraser and then fine tune it. It looks like just a bunch of scribbles, but you clean it up with a kneaded eraser and then fill it in, it'll look much, much better. And then especially when you go to ink it. So it's hard to see, but I can see it. Like I said, don't worry about it looking like crap. Once you actually go through like this, you can see roughly, this is the thumb right here. Thumb's about here. Our fingers right here. Come down through here like so. This is where our knuckles are. Come through like this. Up into the wrist. As you can see, if I clean this up with a kneaded eraser, it would look a little bit better, but you get roughly the idea of what we're working with. And then when I completely go through all this, all that's going to be gone. So our kneaded eraser, we're gonna have to be careful because we got to wait for the ink to dry, but I go like this, trying to clear it up, and then you can really start to see what it looks like. So yeah, open hand, closed hand, so a fist, both sides of the fist, both sides of the open hand. It all looks like a bunch of chicken scratch when I do it, but it's a very complicated process. But it looks like crap like this, but as you can see, as demonstrated right here, once we clean this up, we ink it and clean it up with the kneaded eraser, it starts to look much better. And then when we start to color it, it'll look even better than that. And this is a small picture. The closer we go, the better it's going to look. Like with this one, draw this out here. You have the knuckles right here, coming up through here. This is roughly where knuckles are. Come down through like this. As you can see, it starts to look much, much better. And then take our kneaded eraser, clears it up to where you can see a much better picture of what you're trying to do. So yeah, hopefully this helps you guys out. Like I said, there's a lot of things in this in these pictures where it looks like a bunch of chicken scratch. It looks very strange at first, but once you clean it up, it'll start looking much better. And it'll start to make a lot more sense. But yeah, like the hands and the feet, they are the most complicated things, in my personal opinion, to draw with people. But anyway, hopefully you guys found this informative. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one, all right? Laters.